What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Kid Taj. Today we're going to be talking a little bit more about college basketball than we do about NBA basketball. Just for a change, I want to talk about who's going to be the number one pick in this year's draft. I'm deciding between two guys, Lonzo Ball and Markelle Fultz. You should know them by now. If you don't, if you're not a college basketball fan, you should still listen because these guys are going to be extremely relevant in the NBA next year. They're going to take over the league. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and idea down below. Subscribe if you're new. Let's get into it. So you may have heard me say multiple times on this channel that the 2017 NBA draft is going to be absolutely stacked. I mean, we really should see a ton of new, fresh talent inserted into the NBA for next season as rookies. We're going to see a lot of guys. We can identify the great drafts, the bad drafts of the last few years. I mean, honestly, the 2015 NBA draft, that one with Karl Anthony Towns, Kristaps Porzingis, Devin Booker, D'Angelo Russell, guys like that draft is going to be absolutely crazy. And, we're going to be seeing years and years from now, those guys, Cat, when he's in MVP form, Devin Booker, same thing. I mean, those guys, Kristaps Porzingis is another guy. I mean, guys, the 2015 NBA draft is no joke. The 2016 NBA draft, however, was the exact opposite, and probably more so because this draft was absolute shit. There is still not a player in the NBA from the 2016 NBA draft class averaging double figures in scoring. No one, I mean, like the best player from the 2016 NBA draft class so far is a 36th pick, Malcolm Brogdon. 1 through 35, and well, we're not going to say 1 because Ben Simmons hasn't even played yet, but 2 through 35 haven't been better than Malcolm Brogdon. I mean, are you kidding me? Really? That's how bad this thing is. And it's not like Malcolm Brogdon is this undiscovered superstar. I mean, he's solid, but okay, he's not even averaging 10 points a game. All right. Now, we're going to be talking about the 2017 NBA draft. A lot more excitement around this thing. These guys are crazy. We're going to be talking about Washington point guard Markelle Fultz and UCLA point guard Lonzo Ball. And I know you've heard about these guys, and probably a lot of you know more about Lonzo Ball than Markelle Fultz. I just want to say also that, like I said earlier, if you don't know a lot about college basketball, you should pay attention because these guys are very relevant. They're going to be NBA superstars, most likely. The two top picks in this draft, I think, undoubtedly. I don't think there's really no discussion, about these guys. The only conversation to have is, who's going to go 1 and 2. That's why we're here. First, we're going to talk about Lonzo Ball first. I know a lot of you know Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball is by far more popular. I guess I would say more people know about him than Markelle Fultz. Lonzo Ball at UCLA. UCLA 22-3 this season. They're going to be an elite team in this year's tournament for March Madness. And Lonzo Ball, a lot of people know about just the Ball brothers. I mean, you got Lonzo Ball, LiAngelo Ball, and LaMelo Ball. Those three guys, all UCLA. I mean, LaMelo and LiAngelo, they're at Chino Hills. This is one of the most successful high school basketball programs, not only today, but ever. I mean, these guys were on like a 60-game win streak. And all these guys have a spot waiting for them at UCLA. And probably, most likely all getting into the NBA. You see LaMelo, the sophomore, 92 points. I know a lot of you guys know about that. A lot of you guys follow those guys. LaMelo Ball, 92 points. I hate to be that guy, but, he got like 60 of those on wide open layups. But we're not going to talk about that. We're praising these guys today. Lonzo Ball, let's talk about him, though. 6'6" point guard with incredible vision. This guy averaging around 15 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, 54% from the field, and 43% from the three-point line, 2 steals, a block. This guy does it all. He came into college. People thought he was going to be like that pure playmaker. People weren't sure about his jump shot, which he has proved. And kind of out of nowhere, that he is an elite three-point shooter. I mean, he is a threat from downtown, not just, he's got deep range. I mean, that's the scariest thing because that's how you know he's an NBA prospect. If you got guys out there shooting from just behind the three-point line in college, you can't be 100% sure that it's going to translate. Like Justice Winslow, this guy was a 40% three-point shooter in college, comes to the NBA, and he's not really a shooter at all because he doesn't have that type of range, really. Lonzo Ball definitely does. You see this guy pull up from way outside a lot of the time. 43% from threes, taking almost 6 a game. He's making 2.5 a game. I mean, he's really shooting it a ton. Almost half of his shots, almost half of his field goal attempts are three-pointers. Gets to the line and a little bit, 67% on the free throw. Is going to have to work on that. His mid-range touch isn't really there. That's probably the biggest weakness with Lonzo. Honestly, he can shoot the three extremely well. He can finish at the basket. He can get up there. He's extremely athletic. He can dunk on people and all that. He doesn't really have an in-between game. That mid-range shot is kind of missing. Floaters, you don't see him pull them that often, and it's not affecting him now because he plays in such a good system that they can run an offense and have him, get the keys to the offense and run the show without him needing those things. He can kick out the shooters. He's got tremendous court vision. Probably Lonzo's best attribute is his passing. I mean, he doesn't even take 10 shots a game in 35 minutes, okay? He's not a score first point guard. He does put up 15 a night, which isn't bad, but honestly, he's looking to set guys up, okay? He's very good at finding guys open for threes. He's got amazing court vision. Definitely out of the two of these guys, him and Fultz, he's got the better court vision. His defense, there have been questions about his defense, but he's overall pretty solid there. He's athletic enough to stay in front of guys for the most part. In college, he's not struggling on the defensive end. Hopefully, he doesn't in the NBA. But what things we know he's going to be good at. He's going to have great vision. When he gets in the NBA, he's going to be a great passer. He's probably going to be a really good shooter, athletic as well. I'm thinking kind of like Michael Carter-Williams, except he's got the three-point shot. So probably a lot more effective because his college stats, the 15, 8, and 6, that kind of looks a lot like Michael Carter-Williams' rookie year, except the difference is he's extremely efficient. 54% from the field, 43% from three. But they're both similar, 6'6" athletic point guards. I think he's better, but, we're going to wait and see. I can't wait till these guys get in the league. They're going to be crazy. Now, Markelle Fultz, completely different, kind of different, I guess, but they got different play styles. He plays for Washington. Now, Washington is 9-15, but you should know something. He's the only really good player on Washington. They're not going to be in the tournament. There's no one else on his team. He carries that team. He's crazy. He averages 23 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. He shoots 48% from the field and 42% from three. Over a block a game, 1.5 steals. This guy does it all. I mean, he's literally the team. You see, Washington isn't very good, but that's really not the point, because when you get a guy like Markelle Fultz, he's kind of like in the Damian Lillard situation. He's gonna get the stats and he's gonna do his thing regardless of what's going on around him, and he's that good. Okay, it's not like they're not winning and he's not leading them right. Okay, this isn't a team that's meant to be like a tournament team, so it's all good. Markelle Fultz has been efficient across the board. He's got everything down. The guy's a 64%. I don't know why. 64% from the line. Lonzo's 67% from the line. They don't have trouble shooting threes, okay? They both shoot 42, 43% from three-point line. So why are they not shooting at least 70% from the free throw line? That's confusing to me, especially Markelle, because Markelle actually has, a better touch from the mid-range. And, that three-point game, he's really good as well. Now, what's craziest about Markelle's stats and his efficiency especially is that when opponents play against Markelle Fultz in Washington, they're double teaming him a lot of the time. They're not worried about anybody else on that team. Yet he's still able to score 23 a night on 48% from the field, 42% from three. And he's able to get 6 assists per game on a team with guys that aren't really that quality. That's just showing, you put him on a great team with great players, what his efficiency could be, what his assist rate could be. The guy, yeah, he has 3 turnovers a game, but the ball's in his hands nearly all the time. Their defense is trying to get it out of his hands, but he's so good. The thing about Markelle Fultz, to me, that's the most impressive, is that he's able to do all this with those guys keying in on him, okay? He can shoot the 3-ball extremely well. He's got deep range. The mid-range touch is there. He can finish at the rim. He's athletic. Defensively, he's very solid as well, okay? He's got very good vision, which is why I'm going to go with Markelle Fultz. I know that Lonzo Ball is the favorite for a lot of people. A lot of you guys love Lonzo Ball. He's the more known player, but I think Markelle Fultz is just more all around. Lonzo Ball is definitely, one of those wild card guys that, he's a little bit more risky. I think you know what you're getting with Markelle Fultz. You know you're getting a future star. Lonzo Ball, he could be one of the best players of this generation, or he could just be kind of solid. I think that he's a little more high risk, high reward. They're not risks. I mean, they're both going to be great, I think, in the NBA. But Markelle Fultz, he's demonstrated that he can do every single facet of a basketball game. Okay, you can shoot the ball from anywhere. Mid-range game, floater game, you can get to the basket at will, finished through contact. He gets to the line a lot more. He's got amazing vision. He's big physical guard that plays defense, rebounds the ball. I mean, he's literally the full package, offense, defense. He does every single thing. His team's not getting wins. But you know, he has to do all that stuff. Now, Lonzo Ball is a little bit more of a question mark because, you know, he's putting up pretty good stats already. But man, if he was playing on a team where he could, you know, do more by himself, you know, he plays on a really solid team. I mean, it's not like he's playing with some scrubs. I mean, the guys on his team are legit. They play and they're great as well. He's not like carrying this squad. I mean, if he was carrying a squad, what numbers could he put up? What could he do? You know, we don't know. They're in completely different situations. So, you know, we don't know about that. Like I said, I'm going Markelle Fultz. And to talk about NBA teams that want these guys, I'm thinking Brooklyn Nets are taking the first pick. Not the Brooklyn Nets, I'm sorry. They traded their pick. Boston Celtics, most likely taking the first pick. Obviously, they have the lottery thing. But, you know, to me, the Celtics they'll take Markelle Fultz because he can play the shooting guard better than Lonzo. I think, you know, just because he's bigger, not taller, but he's bigger. He's more all around. He can shoot threes, mid-range. He can play the shooting guard. He's a combo guard really more than Lonzo, because Lonzo, you want to play him to the point because he's great playmaking. That's like his best thing. But yeah, I think Markelle Fultz is going number 1. Second pick, I mean, I guess the Suns maybe get the second pick. I don't know. That would be weird because, like, they already have a ton of guards. They're going to have to trade somebody away if they want to pick up Lonzo Ball. Who else could get the second pick? I'm trying to think of teams. The Sixers maybe? Wow, that would be something. Lonzo Ball and the Sixers, you get him with Ben Simmons. I don't know how that would work really because that's like 2 point guards basically. But hey, man. It's whatever it's going to be. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe if you're new. I'm out. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.